For those of you who are unfamiliar with my body of work and my personal story, I've been an accomplished actor in film, television, and theater for over 4 decades. Additionally, I'm a best-selling author of the book Male vs. Man: How to Honor Women, Teach Children, and Elevate Men to Change the World. I'm also a sought-after speaker, and I coach and counsel individuals seeking to become the better versions of themselves, along with helping couples who wish to restore and resuscitate their relationship. I am married with 2 children, and my wife and I have been together for nearly 3 decades. I am a proud father of our daughter, who attends one of the most prestigious institutions in the country, and equally proud father of our son, who is an accomplished junior golfer in high school. My entire life has been dedicated to being of service to those that I encounter and dedicated to moving the needle for humanity. While acting has long been my passion, activation is now my life's purpose. All of us, as human beings, struggle each day to find meaning and sustain fulfillment and happiness. While this podcast was intended to help men further matriculate their way into manhood and to elevate themselves, it really can be applied to anyone's life. I truly hope that it brings you all great value. Welcome to the Meal Plan. I'm Dondré Whitfield. I put this podcast together for the nourishment of men's growth, wellness, and purpose, particularly in the 4 position pillars that we experience most in our lives: manhood, brotherhood, husbandhood, and fatherhood. Recently, I just recommitted myself to my fitness. I've really been working out lately to get myself back in shape. My grind in the gym needs a specific meal plan to support how hard I work in the gym. So going hard in the gym, my grind in the gym needs support for my growth physically. I need a meal plan in order to support that. Many of us know about that. We know how to grow our bodies. We know how to support our bodies with all the work that we do in the gym with that kind of meal plan. But let me ask you a question. What kind of meal plan do you have to support the growth of yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? Well, this is where the meal plan comes in. Because MEAL is an acronym for mission, elevation, affirmation, and laughter. You might be saying to yourself, what does all of that even mean? I have often said that in order for us to live the most balanced life that we should be living, we should always have a mission, i.e., a purpose. I don't know what your purpose in life is, but I can tell you what your purpose isn't. It isn't to simply have a 9-to-5 job that you do Monday through Friday, get to the weekend, trash yourself, whether you get drunk, whether you get high, whether you sex or whatever your thing is, and then do it all over again on Monday until you die. Too many people live like that. That's what your purpose is not. If you experience frustration, anger, confusion, tension on a regular basis, that usually means that is the indicator of you being disconnected from your assignment. Can you imagine being a divine spirit, being a divine man, created by the Most High? And I'm not here to tell you that you should believe in God, you should believe in Allah, but whatever you believe, chances are you believe that your life was created for a very particular reason. Can you imagine your creator simply giving you life for you to work that 9-to-5 job and then die after years of doing that and not doing anything to move the needle for humanity? It doesn't work that way. So if you're experiencing that frustration, if you're experiencing that confusion, if you're experiencing all of those things, it usually is a clear indicator that you're disconnected from your purpose, from your mission. So the meal plan is to get you to understand that you have a specific mission in this life, that you were designed to move the needle for humanity. And how do we do that? Many of us never know how to find what our purpose is, again, what our mission is, because we're so busy running from our pain. Our pain informs our purpose. Our purpose is our mission. When I wrote the book, M.E.A.L versus Man, I talked about how males look to be served while men look to be of service. My purpose in life is to be of service to those in my circumference. My father, unfortunately, went to prison when I was 13 years old for manslaughter. So I never had a navigation system to properly show me how to matriculate into manhood. That was extremely painful. But out of that pain came my purpose to help usher others into manhood. Starting to follow me now? So my purpose was my mission. So in meal plan, what I'm trying to get you to do is to figure out how to get to your life's mission. Because once you understand what your mission is, life is going to become clear for you. And right now, it's probably going to feel like you've been driving in the fog for so long. You really can't see directly in front of you because you don't know why you're here. My job is to get you to understand what your mission is. Once you understand what your mission is, things are going to start to clear up. Understanding how to get to that mission, vitally important. Every single man has to come to that. Once we come to that, what do we do then? Well, here's the E portion of M.E.A.L. Elevation. How do we elevate ourselves? Grabbing information and instruction. How do we get that information and instruction? Well, you're here. So that's the first part. You're going to get information and instruction from me every single week. How do we keep elevating ourselves? I'm going to also teach you how to construct your own tribe, how to construct a friend zone, a brotherhood that helps you to further elevate. Because when you have brothers around you, they hold you accountable. They hold you to a standard that makes it certain that you're constantly elevating yourself. When I go to the gym, I got a brotherhood around me. One of my producers, my brother Tillman, right? Till is one of my brothers that works out with me in the gym. We constantly hold ourselves to a very specific standard. If we feel like someone's not doing everything that they should be doing, which is really cheating them out of their growth, we cheer them on. Sometimes in a very strenuous way where we call them out and say, yo, man, let's go. Let's get it. Because our job is to elevate each other in brotherhood. Once you get to that space of elevation and receiving that information and instruction, what do you do then? Well, here comes the A of M.E.A.L, affirmation. No matter who you are, every single human being on this planet wants to know that everything that they contribute is doing something to move the needle. How do you know that? Because someone says, job well done. Awesome. That was good. We even do it to each other in the gym. Hey, man, good set, man. Attaboy, man. Good set. Way to dig. Way to work hard. You want to hear that. Sometimes that's foreign to us, particularly as Black and brown men, because some of us had to grow up without our fathers. It's vital that we hear our father say, attaboy. I never got a chance to hear my father say that. It's vitally important that we hear that, not just from our biological father, but oftentimes we get fathered by those that didn't have anything to do with the creation of our own life. Every single day of our lives, we should be seeking the wisdom of others that have gone where we're trying to go. That's a part of being fathered. And that father figure will often affirm you. That affirmation is like rocket fuel that makes you go higher, that makes you go harder at whatever it is that you seek to do, whatever your endeavor is. Here's the great portion about affirmation. When you receive affirmation, now your job is to give affirmation. Because as a man, our job is to receive and to give. One of the things that we get when we're in the space of being stuck in maleness is we're constantly talking about what we're not getting. Men have to focus on what we are giving. That's when you know that you're walking in the highest realm of manhood. When you're focused on what you're giving and not about what you're getting. Focused on loving even when you don't feel loved. That's what manhood is about. That's what brotherhood is about. That's what husbandhood is about. That's what fatherhood is about. So there's the A portion of the meal. And finally, the L portion of the meal, this might make you laugh, but it's laughter. Can I tell you how many men that I have come across in my life that subscribe to outdated concepts about what manhood really is? So many of us have been taught that manhood really is about how many women I sleep with, how much money I make, and how much I can bench press. Can you imagine if that were the standard? If those were the things that we subscribe to that really defines what kind of man we are, what kind of men we are, what kind of men we desire to become? What if you are the guy who doesn't bench press as much as your brother does? Does that make you less of a man? What if you haven't made your first million yet? What if you're not a billionaire? What if you're just getting by financially? Does that make you less of a man? What if you met your high school sweetheart? This was the first woman that you were ever with, but you married her and you built a great home and you've built a great family. Does it make you less of a man because you didn't hit the street and slept with hordes of women? Absolutely not. These are outdated concepts about what manhood is. And so when we talk about laughter, so many of us have been taught that those outdated concepts don't include laughing, don't include smiling. I can't tell you how many times I've been recognized on the street and asked to take a picture. And I'm standing next to this brother who admires my work. And he's standing there like he's about to kill somebody. That's what it looks like in the picture. I'm smiling. He's not. He was excited about meeting me. He was excited about this exchange. He was excited about taking the picture in the first place and didn't give himself permission to smile. Didn't give himself permission to laugh about the exchange that we've been having. Why is laughter so important? It's one of the easiest ways for us to release the toxins that we hold in our bodies. How many times have you been sitting with a group of people and you hear something or you hear a comedian and you laugh and you're almost moved to tears, your stomach hurts, and you say out loud, man, I needed that. How many times have you done that in your life? I've done that several times. Why did you say I needed that? Even though you didn't know the science behind the laugh, you realized that there was a release that you had. That there was something that was pushing out of your body that you needed to get rid of. And you got rid of it through the laughter. Your mission, your elevation, your affirmation, and your laughter is going to get you to a space of building yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, the same way that you build yourself physically by having a meal plan. And having this meal plan, you're going to build the rest of your life. And so it begins. Episode 1, the meal plan. Here we go. Now, many of you may be asking yourself, why does any of this even matter? Some of you who are highly accomplished, and I coach many of them. Some of you may be asking, how does this pertain to me? I'm highly accomplished. I make a lot of money. Why would I need a meal plan? We've seen music moguls. We've seen basketball players. We've seen actors. We've seen entrepreneurs. We've seen so many be so detrimental to those around them because they really didn't understand what it took in order to walk out what manhood really, really looks like. What happens when you're void of mission in life? What happens when you don't constantly elevate yourself and you're just elevating your business? What happens when you don't receive affirmation about who you are as a man, but just receive affirmation in being a business person? When you take yourself so seriously that you don't release all that toxicity that lies within you and allow yourself to laugh. We see it every single day. Every single day. You know, very seldom do I talk about anyone in particular. And I think it's because my job is not to shame the person, but to shine the position. I only use someone's name in particular when they have been forthcoming enough to tell their story. Shia LaBeouf is one of those people. He's an actor that I'm sure that, you know, all of you have been familiar with at one point or another. He was on the Transformers, so many other pieces. But Transformers is one of the big pieces that we've all seen. Shia LaBeouf sexually assaulted and sexually battered a woman. And she brought those charges forward. She sued him. And he recently talked about how that particular incident and her coming forward with those charges was one of the biggest blessings in his life. This gets back to exactly what I was talking about, pain informing your purpose. Shia LaBeouf said that prior to that incident, he had no idea what his purpose in life was. He thought that he was living his best life, his full life. He was a movie star. He was making millions of dollars. What else is there to life? He said he was so spiritually bankrupt because he thought that that's all there was. Many of us think that. Many of us think that if we just get the bag, that's all I need. I know I'm in pain, but once I get the paper, I won't feel the pain. And I got to tell you, there's a little bit of evidence that shows that you may be in less pain because you have access to paper, but here's why. Paper allows you to buy enough distractions for you to not feel pain. Did you just get that? So if I buy enough shoes, that's why some of us got to have 100 pairs of J's. If I buy enough cars, if I buy enough jewelry, if I buy enough access to women, then I won't feel the pain that I feel from being disconnected from my father. I won't feel the pain that I feel from losing my mother. I won't feel the pain of being abandoned or abused or molested. And so we're using the paper and all the things that it gives us access to as a prescriptive drug. Shia LaBeouf said that he finally found purpose. That now all of a sudden, even though he had lost his career, even though he had lost much of his money, he had finally found purpose. And that purpose allowed him to find peace. Now remember, I said mission. Mission is purpose. So when you gain access to what your mission is, you are going to find peace because now you understand why you're here. Once you do that, and we're sitting here and I'm giving you all the skill sets that you need in order to elevate yourself, in order to receive affirmation about how you're progressing, in order for you to hear a couple of stories from time to time. And I'm going to tell you some that are pretty funny. And you get to laugh. Now, this is the meal plan that you need in order for you to grow yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in the same way that we grow ourselves with a meal plan, physically. Because remember, these are all the ways that we need to be strengthened in order for us to be the best man that we can be, the best brother that we can be, the best husband that we can be, the best father that we can be. And you don't need to be a biological father in order to father someone. Because fathering someone is really growing someone. I have brothers that I know of that every Father's Day, they don't have biological children, but I send them Father's Day messages. Hey, brother, happy Father's Day. Because they father children. What is fathering a child? Growing a child. Sometimes those brothers grow my own children, and my children have a great father. I'm gonna take credit for that. I am a great father because I'm a present father, and I'm intentional about growing my children. But even I don't have all the fertilizer that's necessary in order to grow my child. And so sometimes I submit my children to my brothers that I know will further father them. So we have to grow ourselves for the sake of growing others. Remember, our job is to be givers and not worry about getting, right? So if we focus on these areas, these are the types of ways that we strengthen ourselves, that we elevate ourselves, that we become the better version of ourselves. That's why I created this podcast, because I truly believe that in order to build a robust society, we need men to model what we want others to mirror. We want to be servant leaders. And we want to do that first. We don't want to say, well, you do it and then I'll do it. No. Our job is to be that before anyone else is. In my house, and I've said this on several occasions, and if my wife were here, she would tell you the same thing. I am the leader of my house. Why? Not because I tell anybody what to do. I'm too smart for that. I'm married to a black woman who's from the south side of Chicago. That is not going to work. You can laugh at that because that's funny. My wife is not going to be led that way. I'm too smart for that. I am the leader of our house, not because I tell anybody what to do, but because I show people what to do. I am the model that everyone mirrors, including our pets. Because they feed off of my energy. I go first. Whenever I want someone to do something, whenever I want someone to change something, I do it first, and I let everyone witness me doing it. And I try to do it so well that they say, I got to do it like Dad does it. I want my wife to say, I got to do it like my husband does it. I want my children to say, I got to do it like Dad does it. I want my community to say, I got to do it like my brother does it. That's the purpose of this. So remember, my brothers, if you're out there, I know you have a great deal of passions. I know that you have a great deal of talents. My job is to make sure that I give you skill sets so that your skills will keep you where your talent takes you. See you again on the next episode of The M.E.A.L Plan. Guys, if this hit you, if you found value in this, I want you to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and share this with a brother that you know needs it.